Shabbat Shalom. I have a confession. I love to watch award show red carpets and critique the fashion. After each award show, I call one of my close friends to discuss the dresses we like, the ones we hated, and the ones we just do not understand. Yeah, I know it's a bit superficial. I am aware that we are being just a little bit judgmental. Nevertheless, I love the excitement and the beauty in the fashion. I love the drama of the dresses, the glittering gold accessories, and the simplicity of sleek shoes. Each woman's gown makes her stand out and calls us to notice her. Not so different from the attire worn by the high priest discussed in our Torah portion this week. In Parshat Tetzaveh, our text tells us of the ornate robes and jewelry that the ancient priests were to adorn. They were meant to stand out. Not on a red carpet, but stand out among the community, stand out from the other people. Their clothing and accessories forced everyone to take notice, to realize that the priests were not just your average Joe. Their fashion told onlookers that they were special. The outfits that they wore did such a good job of declaring the high priest's high status that we have continued to use their outfits to this day. If we were to reach into that ark and take out a Torah, we would see not merely an ancient scroll, but the garb of the priests come to life. The breastplate, the robe, the belt, the crown, it all remains on our Torah. Thus, the holy attire of Parshat Tetzaveh that was once used to show the honor and beauty of specific people now gives that mark to our text. Whether we want it to be or not, what we wear is important. Our clothing sends a message to those around us about our status, about our role, about the kind of person we are trying to be. We see someone walking down the street wearing a suit, and we assume they're a business person headed to their job. We see someone wearing casual workout clothes with messy hair, and we assume that they have just left the gym. We see someone with long hair and floral crown and flowy clothes and assume they're a hippie. What someone looks like can help us to decide who they are and how we want to relate to them. It is why Jacob put on hair sleeves in order to convince his father that he was Esau. It is why Leah wore the garments of a bride so that Jacob would marry her instead of Rachel. It is why the people of Nineveh put on sackcloth and ashes to show God and Jonah that they were serious about repenting. It is why Joseph wore a beautiful technicolor coat to declare to everyone his special relationship with his father. And it is why a woman might put on a royal gown in preparation to go before the king. Esther, the heroine at the center of our upcoming holiday of topsy-turvy joy, prepares to go before King Ahasuerus. After fasting for 3 days, and with the strength of her people behind her, the Megillah tells us, V'tilbash Esther Malchut, that Esther put on royal clothing. This would seem obvious. She's the queen. She wears royal clothing. Yet the text is careful to note that here. Why? Esther puts on these clothes because she wants King Ahasuerus to see her not only as the Jewess she is about to reveal herself to be, but also as the queen he has made her into. Esther hopes that these clothes will be a symbol of her status and her place in order to help the king take her side against the hateful plot that Haman has hatched. Rabbi, scholar, author, and HUC professor Dr. Norman Cohen tells us, Esther's royal garments gave her a facade of power and authority that was necessary as she presented herself publicly. In other words, if Esther wants the Persian people and the king to take her seriously as a queen, she had better look like a queen. If you want to walk the red carpet for the Oscars, you better wear an Oscars gown. But Esther had better see herself as a queen if she needs to act like one. The name Esther means to hide or conceal, and for a long time, Esther has been hiding inside the palace. She has been hiding her family, hiding her heritage, hiding her identity. Esther, once Hadassah, has not been her true self since the moment she entered the king's beauty pageant. Now, in the moment that the Jewish people need a hero the most, she must be not only their hero, but also honest about who she is. So who is Esther? She is Hadassah. She is the niece of Mordecai. She is a Jew, and she is also the queen. Esther rises from her fast and puts on royal clothing to give her strength to be honest and to take on the power that she has as queen and as one of God's chosen people. It's not just the rest of the world that needs a clue about Esther's status. It is Esther herself, the woman who puts on the royal robes, needs the reminder. Esther's clothes help her to convince herself of what she can achieve in this moment if only she believes in who she is and who she can be. On Purim, we wear masks and costumes. And while we might think that we are hiding our true selves, as Esther did when she came to the palace, in reality, our masks help us to reveal what is inside. When we try on other clothes, we are also trying on elements of our identity. Through these new frocks and wigs, we may be able to discover confidences or passions we never knew we had. Maybe with a silly hat or a rainbow gown, we, like Esther, can come to find power and comfort in the hidden parts of ourselves and in the roles that we step into. Sometimes our wardrobe helps us to realize that we are both Jew and queen, and that both are authentic parts of our identity. The priests, Jacob, Leah, the people of Nineveh, Joseph, and Esther, they all put on clothes to help them realize who they were. They wanted to explore an identity and to feel confident in it. Stylist and fashion consultant Stacey London has been quoted as saying, "Confidence is the best accessory. It can make or break any outfit." Hans Christian Andersen tells the tale about the emperor who wants new clothes. He hires two people whom he believes are amazing tailors, but are actually nothing more than con artists. These imposter designers tell the emperor that they are using a fabric so unique it would remain invisible to anyone who was a simpleton. The emperor, desperately wanting to be a great man, insisted he could see the fabric and the garments that do not exist. So much so that when he walked among the people wearing his new clothes, he refused to admit to himself that he was naked. Even when a child finally points it out to him, the emperor continues on his personal runway, clinging to what he wants to believe about his clothes and himself. We are all that emperor, hoping that we are a fit for our roles, that we are showing the world the best of ourselves, and that somehow our unique outerwear will aid us in this effort. maybe we are wearing clothes that are invisible to others. But if they're visible to us and to our psyche, then they are worth wearing. Even something as superficial as clothing can help us to achieve our goals, our dreams, and maybe even help us find a little holiness. The priests used their fine linens and jewels to remind them to act in an elevated way. Esther used her royal gown and crown to give her the strength to reveal her identity and use her place as queen to save her people. Even those women on the red carpet use their fashionable attire to give them presence and poise in a busy, paparazzi-filled moment. As Rabbi Laura Geller put it, we become holy by paying attention to the way we conduct our lives, including something that seems as insignificant as what we wear. We become holy by paying attention to how our external self reflects our internal intentions. May the apparel we don today, tomorrow, and even on Purim help us to find out who we are. May the things that cover our bodies help us to have the confidence to reveal our souls. Ken Yehi Ratzon.